Right now, you have to take advantage of the time that you have. And what I mean by that is there are so many people in this world that are so distracted from people, circumstances, situations, whatever the case may be. So for you guys that are watching this video right now, right? Make sure you guys are taking advantage of every day because while everyone's out distracted, the playing field in order for you to expedite the process of you achieving your goals is way easier than you think. A lot of people just are okay with being regular, okay with being average, okay with being mediocre. Like, you have to think. There are not a lot of people that think like you, have the goals and dreams like you. Everyone would rather be okay with being average, mediocre, and just regular and just living a regular means of life than actually going out there and putting it all on the line and really betting on themselves. Regular people don't take risks. They're very risk averse. They don't like change. They don't like different things happening all at once. They don't like chaos. They don't like anything that's outside of the societal norm, so to speak. And I know that for you guys that are watching this, like I know you guys want more. I know you guys want to do more with your lives, but at the same time, you have to understand you have a competitive advantage because you have some sort of fire in you. I know you do. You just have to ignite that motherfucker so it's so fucking strong that there's nothing that can get between you and your goals. Anything that comes in line is gonna get burned and turned to ashes. So that's how driven and that's how focused you are. I know you are. But I just say that to say is like everybody is going out on the weekends, drinking liquor, doing drugs, fuck having a bunch of women around or doing bullshit. What else? Watching sports, mindless entertainment, watching movies, wasted time, having stupid conversations. The list goes on. But all you have to do is sacrifice just for a little bit. Once you start building momentum and you start being like, damn, I'm starting to make progress. I know I was better than I was yesterday. Oh, I'm starting to do this. I'm starting to do that. There are things that you may not necessarily have done prior to, but now you're starting to do it. Once you see that little bit of progress, you have to exploit on it and keep capitalize off of it. Because the moment you start losing that momentum, that's when everything starts to get blurry. You start drifting and all that stuff. But once you start building momentum, continue to build on that momentum and continue to progress each and every day. Just do it, even if it's a little bit. Just get in the habit of building the routine up for yourself and just sticking to that routine every day. Because the moment you stop doing the routine is when everything in life starts to crumble around you. And that goes for literally everything. But basically, look at it as working out. You continue to work out each and every day. You have a strong body, you have a strong mind, you look good, you'll feel good, and you'll just feel really good about yourself. But the moment you stop working out, you put on weight. You stop eating as good as you used to. You can't lift as much. You start feeling a little bit lazy and lethargic in your energy. That is a byproduct of not doing the routine and the daily habitual steps that got you to where you are today. Some people, there was literally people that I met when I was at school. Like they were like, yeah, I'm just kind of here at school just because like I don't really know why I'm here, but I'm just going to school for business just because I feel like that makes the most sense. But they know deep down they don't want to do that. And now to a certain degree, like it's cool to go to college. Like most of the time, people are fucking off anyway. Like, I mean, it is what it is, to each his own. But don't think that just because you get a degree, you're guaranteed a job or you're guaranteed a career. Like you really have to make your own route and create your own path yourself. Because in this day and age with AI and all this other stuff, like you have to have a competitive advantage. Like whether it's getting experiences, whether it's meeting different people, whether it's you learning different skill sets, whether it's you getting certain certifications, like you really have to separate yourself because if you have the same qualifications as somebody else coming out of college or anything like that, what makes you different from that other person? Now, obviously, experience definitely plays a role, but at the same time, if you don't know how to sell yourself, if you don't know how to communicate, if you can't convey your competence in certain areas, or if you can't convey a certain level of strong character or these certain habits that are applicable to the role, then you're just gonna be out here working at a bar till you're 40. And people aren't really willing to do the things that they know they need to do on a daily basis. They'll rather just sit back, stay on autopilot, and be comfortable. But for you, I know you want to do more, and all it really doesn't take much. The moment you start building and doing the things that you know you need to do on a daily basis, you'll start to see the progress that you made over the course of a month, 2 months, 3 months, and you're never gonna want to stop. That level is almost like you playing my career on 2K. The moment you start going to the Gatorade facility, lifting weights, shooting jump shots, you start getting badges. You start boosting your or attributes. You start spending money and investing on yourself to build your attributes up. Like it's all building blocks to something bigger. You have to realize that this shit is bigger than you. Don't think as oh, it's just so hard. I don't feel like doing it. Like no, this is not about you. It's about the people you know you can take care of. Look at it like that. You know you're meant to do more, but there's just a part of you that needs to get over that little hump. And that hump starts with you doing the things you know you need to do and just doing it no matter what. Who cares if you're bad at it to begin with? Who cares if you're scared? Who cares if you don't know what to do? Just start. Once you start, you'll understand like, oh, I need to work on this. Oh, I need to work on that. Oh, before when I did this, I know I fucked up on that. So the next time, let me not do that this time. And it just becomes a building block after building block after building block. You know, like a lot of this stuff starts with you. And a lot of the time, people don't want to take accountability for their actions, but at the end of the day, you have to. Nobody's going to want this shit more than you do. And everything in life is your fault, no matter what it is. Now, sometimes there can be outside circumstances, situations that may be out of your control. All right, fine. But at the end of the day, when you really assess and you're like, all right, well, everything is my fault, you take more accountability and you realize how much power you genuinely have. And once you understand that, that's when you know, like, all right, well, I know I can literally shit on everybody else because I know I'll be willing to put in the work that everyone else doesn't want to do. Most of the stuff that you're trying to do or trying to endure, just basically do the opposite of what everyone else is doing. If you know everybody else is not really putting forth the effort into their craft or whatever the case may be, you do that. If you know there's not a lot of people talking, networking, and communicating with a bunch of people, you go out and do that. If you know a lot of people may not have necessarily an online presence and they're still like too scared to post online, you do that. You do the opposite. And once you start getting a little bit of traction, bro, you're never going to want to stop. That's the thing about it. Because then you not only prove it to yourself that you can do it, but then you've been able to build an audience that is knows, likes, and trusts you. And once you have people that are behind the stuff that you do, you're only going to want to do more and you're only going to want to continue to produce results. It's literally what all this shit comes down to. Now, it comes a point in time where when you're building, you may not see any results. And during this time, it's very crucial because this is the point in time where some people quit. And then and then there's another person where this is a point in time where they double down and they're able to multiply everything. And it gets to a point where it's like work, 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 work. I haven't seen any results, but I've got better. Work, 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 work. I haven't seen any results, but I've gotten better. Work, 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 work. I've seen results and I'm getting better. Oh shit, that's when the light bulb goes off. And all that shit that you did prior to leading up to that point, all paid off. And maybe in 1 year, maybe in 2 years, and maybe in 3 years, but as long as you do not fucking quit, it is inevitable that you will have it. It is inevitable. Inevitable. It's guaranteed. As long as you stay in the game, you can't fucking lose. The moment you step off the field, the moment you step off the court and you check out, it's game over. Finito. You might as well throw in the towel and call that shit a day and don't ever get subbed back in. And mind you, start doing this shit when you're young. Like, genuinely, what do you have to lose? You're young. You can afford to push it on the line. You can afford to take risks. You can afford to do this, that, and the third. But also genuinely ask yourself this too. Would the ideal version of you that has everything you could possibly imagine, if he was looking at you today, would he be tripping over the things that you're tripping about now? Would he or she be doing the things that you know you need to do but are not doing today? what kind of person did that he or she sacrifice in order to become the version of you that has literally everything, whether it's the money, the opportunity, the relationships, the team, the infrastructure of the business, whatever it may be. Really just think about it. Just genuinely think about it. And then act as if you are the ideal version of you that you always wanted to become. And ask yourself this question. So if there's a situation where you're like, oh, I don't know what to do, ask yourself, what would the best version of me do in this situation? I promise you, you will get an answer. Just sit down, think with yourself, just chill, and really just think like, what would the ideal version of me do in this situation? And I promise you, you will get answers. And you just doing that, everyone else is distracted during this time. So you'll make so much progress, and you'll look up and you like, damn, bro. Everything I was doing leading up to this point actually fucking worked. Now imagine what else I could do. Imagine what else you could do. Imagine what else you could fucking do. And once you understand this, you realize how much power you have, and you realize the ball has always been in your court the whole time. You just haven't orchestrated the offense. Y'all running motion on a 2-3 zone. That shit don't make sense. So just double down on the things you know you need to do while everyone's distracted. This shit is genuinely not hard at all. All you have to do is stay focused, have tunnel vision, and know that it's not even fathomably possible for you to fucking lose. Winning is inevitable. That's the video for today. Make sure you guys like, comment, and follow for more, and I'll see y'all in the next one.